Have you ever felt so embarrassed or overwhelmed that you just wanted to disappear? We have a famous saying for that: sticking your head in the sand. For centuries, the poster child for this avoidant behavior has been the ostrich, the world's largest, fastest, and arguably goofiest looking bird. We've grown up with cartoons showing these giants shoving their necks underground, thinking that if they can't see the lion can't see them. But here is the scientific truth: if an ostrich actually did that, it would suffocate. Welcome to the ultimate debunking of one of biology's most persistent fake news stories. As a scientist, I'm here to tell you that the ostrich isn't a coward. It's actually a tactical genius of the African savanna. How did this rumor even start? We can blame the ancient Romans. Pliny the Elder, a famous Roman philosopher and naturalist, wrote about ostriches nearly 2,000 years ago. He claimed that because they are so large, they imagine their whole body is hidden when they thrust their head and neck into a bush. Pliny was a brilliant man, but he was observing from a distance, without the benefit of high-speed cameras or long-term behavioral studies. What he saw was an optical illusion, and that illusion has stuck with us for 2 millennia. If you see an ostrich with its head near the ground, it isn't panicking. It's likely doing one of 3 very important jobs. Unlike most birds, ostriches don't build nests in trees for obvious reasons. They dig shallow pits in the dirt to lay their massive eggs. Since they don't have hands, they use their beaks to reach down and turn the eggs several times a day to ensure the heat is distributed evenly. From a distance, against a shimmering heat haze on the horizon, it looks exactly like their head has vanished into the earth. Ostriches don't have teeth to grind up tough plants, seeds, and occasional insects. They need a gizzard, a muscular part of the stomach. They swallow pebbles and sand to act as little millstones inside their bodies. To find the best rocks, ostriches spend a lot of time with their heads inches from the ground, meticulously picking through the soil to find the best rocks. When an ostrich senses danger but is too far away to run, it employs a stealth mode. It flops its long neck flat against the ground and stays very still. Its feathers are earthy brown and gray. Its body resembles a large mound of dirt or a bush. If you are a hungry cheetah looking for a tall bird, your eyes might scan right over the lump on the ground. To understand why the head in the sand myth is so ridiculous, we have to look at the ostrich's actual survival kit. Evolution doesn't create 300-pound birds that survive by being stupid. An ostrich is the only bird with just 2 toes. One of those toes has a claw that can be up to 4 inches long. A single forward kick from an ostrich carries enough force to kill a lion. They aren't hiding because they are the only birds on Earth capable of winning a heavyweight boxing match against a jungle cat. The ostrich is the fastest creature on 2 legs, hitting speeds of 70 kilometers per hour. Why would an animal capable of outrunning almost anything choose to bury its head? It would be like a Ferrari driver deciding to hide under the steering wheel instead of driving away. Ostriches have the largest eyes of any land vertebrate, about 2 inches across, which is larger than their actual brain. This isn't a design flaw. It's an early warning system. Their height allows them to see predators from miles away. Sticking those eyes into dark sand would be like a soldier throwing away his binoculars in the middle of a battle. Interestingly, while ostriches don't stick their heads in the sand, humans do, metaphorically. In psychology and finance, there is a term called the ostrich effect. It describes the tendency of people to bury their heads by ignoring negative information. For example, someone might avoid checking their bank account when they know they've spent too much money, or a student might avoid checking their grades after a hard exam. Ironically, we've named a human failing after a bird that is actually an expert at facing reality. The ostrich is constantly scanning, constantly moving, and always aware of its surroundings. Why does this myth persist despite all the evidence? It's because humans love a good story. The image of a giant bird thinking it's invisible is funny and provides a perfect metaphor for human behavior. Science, however, teaches us to look past the funny story and observe the functional reality. When we look at the ostrich through the lens of biology, we see a miracle of adaptation. Feathers, designed to insulate against the desert heat. Lungs, a highly efficient respiratory system that allows for long-distance sprints. Behavior, A complex social structure where the alpha male and female take turns guarding the eggs of the whole group. The next time someone tells you to stop being an ostrich, take it as a compliment. It means you are staying low to the ground to assess the situation, tending to your eggs, your responsibilities, and preparing to run at 70 kilometers per hour, or deliver a knockout kick if things get hairy. Nature rarely rewards stupidity. The ostrich has survived for millions of years, not by hiding from its problems, but by having the best eyes, fastest legs, and the toughest grit in the animal kingdom. The head in the sand isn't a sign of fear, it's just a bird doing its job. Scientific takeaway: never trust a 2,000-year-old rumor without checking the data first. The world is much more interesting when we see animals for who they really are, rather than the cartoons we've made them out to be. Fun facts for the road: brain versus eye. An ostrich's eye is bigger than its brain. But that brain is perfectly tuned for two things: survival and movement. Egg power: one ostrich egg is equivalent to about 24 chicken eggs. You'd need a very big frying pan. Hydration: they can go for days without water, getting moisture from the plants they eat. Though they love a good bath when they find a watering hole.